Hey everybody, it's Tyler with Tyler Talks Travel Trailers, and boy, do I got a trailer for you today. I am so pumped up about this trailer. I heard they were coming, and I finally got one. It's a 20-foot, no boundaries, with the beast mode package. It's the 18.2, and I think they did it. I think Nobo has finally built my favorite couple's travel trailer at 20 feet. This thing is insane. It's so fun. It's different than anything I've seen before. What I do love about what Nobo did in this particular size is they went away from the 7.4, 7.6 foot wide box and they said, screw it. Let's do 8 feet wide and not put a slide out. Let me tell you, it's perfect. I don't know why they even needed to put a slide and make the box narrower. They made it 8 feet wide. There's no slide to worry about or maintenance or anything like that, but it feels like there's a slide out in this thing. They should have just been doing 8 feet wide the whole time. So, huge fan of this. ePro is one of my favorite brands out there. They have a 7.6 feet wide box with a slide out. They should have just, everyone needs to just do this. It makes so much more sense. There's no slide. Travel mode is going to be perfect. You can get to everything. And let me tell you this, without the slide, you can still get by each other without, like if I'm standing here, someone could easily walk by. You're not going to have to like shimmy by. Without the slide out, it feels like there's a slide. And it's because they went to that 8 foot wide box. And Nobo, you get a gold star for that. It is very cool. So like always, we're going to do the specs first. It takes me 1 minute to do those specs, and then we'll dive inside. Let's go, guys. So the basic specs on this 2025 No Boundaries 18.2. Your unloaded vehicle weight is 4,028 pounds. Your cargo carrying capacity is 857 pounds, which brings your potential fully loaded weight to 4,885 pounds. Your hitch weight is 485 pounds. Your exterior length total is 21 feet 8 inches. Your exterior height is 10 feet 10 inches, including the AC. Your exterior width is 8 feet. Your freshwater tank is 30 gallons. Your gray water tank is 30 gallons. And your black tank is 30 gallons. Your awning size is 14 feet. Let's jump inside. All right, guys, now that we got the specs done, let's have some fun. This thing is so cool. And like I said, beast mode package. You'll always know because it has that little sticker right there with the Sasquatch. But man, wait till you see this thing. I'll walk to the front to the back first. That way we don't just start at the kitchen. And you guys kind of get a sense of how freaking amazing this thing is. Look at how cool this is. You could not tell that this doesn't have a slide. Obviously you could, but like it is so roomy. It doesn't have a north-south bed, but I'll get into why I like it this way. But look at all of this space you get without a slide out. And it was such a simple fix. All they had to do was do an 8 foot wide box. Look at all this space. I don't know if you can tell how much room I actually have. Look, you could easily walk by without disturbing anyone. So like, usually there's a kitchen on the side and you have to get by each other to get to the bathroom. I can take one massive step forward and still have plenty of room. So this 8 foot wide box is a game changer. And it's always been there. They could have always done it. So like I said, no slide out, but that's what really helps with that weight. So it's super lightweight and super spacious. So as you walk in, you can see this is the kitchen area, which I love because it's right by the door. So you can cook, take things in and out to the picnic table if you have one outside. Or if you're like me and you burn everything, the door is right there. So all the smoke and smell won't stink up the whole trailer. But check out how awesome this sink is. They didn't think this was going to be a big deal, but this sink has been taking over the shows and everyone is copying it now. So this is the way the situation is. So you got your cutting board, chop stuff up, and then you could dump it into your trays, rinse stuff off. You have this one it's like a strainer, so you could put that one right there. So as you cut stuff, you could throw stuff in there and rinse it off. And you can shift these around too. And what else is cool? So you see how it has this little knob right here. If you go all the way to the left, that will operate this faucet. You can spray everything off with that, or you could twist it to the right and you can't really tell. See that right there? That's like a waterfall spout, so it comes flowing out. So you can rinse stuff off right there. How cool is that? Or you could take them all out. And then this little knob, I didn't know what it did for the longest time, but if you turn it, you can't really tell, but it's lifting this up and down. So that is actually how you plug the drain. So if you want to fill it up, you turn it over, it'll shut it. And let's say you don't want to fill up that entire sink, they give you this one, and then you have this plug, you know, because obviously if you're dry camping, you need to conserve that water. You know, you could fill this one tray up, rinse stuff off, clean it, and you're good to go on saving some fresh water. And you got your soap dispenser right here. You got a cup cleaner. This is really nice. Do not press it if you're out looking at trailers. I did it. Oh, I always tell this story, but I got antifreeze everywhere. So do not push that, but it cleans cups up. And then it'll come with a balloon too. Oh, just rip that off. Oh no, I'm making a mess. That's they always come from the factory like that because there's antifreeze in the line. So I'm just going to set that right there for now. So really good farm style sink. Like I said, style. I know it's not a real farm style sink. It's just what the industry calls it. Don't shoot the messenger. To the right of this, you do have your 2-top burner, which I'm not upset with because I get this all the time from customers. They're like, I don't want a 3-top burner. And I was like, why? And they said, you can't even fit 3 pans at the same time on the size with the 3-top burner. So I don't think a 3-top versus 2-top, there is no benefit. You're usually only going to be able to use 2 at the same time anyway, but that comes back as a backsplash, and this just folds over like that. The only thing I see about this kitchen is maybe the prep space. Little limited on the prep space, but they give you a little bit right here, which that's why I like that they did a 2-top instead of a 3-top. So it gives you a little bit of counter space so you have an area to, while you're cooking, to put stuff to the side. Look at all of these drawers. And what do you guys think about that accented, like the olive green look to it? Looks pretty good, huh? So these aren't super deep, but you know, they're wide, that's for sure. Really wide. And they're obviously all the same, so I won't go through all of them. And then you have a little storage down below. Easy access to your plumbing right there. And can you guys tell me in the comments what it's called when they do like this edge? The rep told me a while back, and I cannot remember what it is. Let me know. But that looks really cool. Above, you got a little bit more cabinet space. Just keep in mind, this is a couple's coach. So you know, you're not going to be having to bring your whole kitchen along for the whole family. You know, it's just for 2. And that is your cabinet space. So little limited above on the cabinet space. You got your light fan combo with your microwave. Stick with me because this trailer has the coolest thing I've seen this year in a tow behind this size. Right here to the right, when you walk in, this is your control panel, which I think is, it's a little weird. You'll see later on what I'm saying, but this is part of your control panel. You have your awning lights, your porch lights, interior lights, things like that. And then that's for your fridge and key hangers and a bottle opener right there. As we move on, what a beautiful trailer. To the right of me, you got a 12-volt fridge with a separate freezer. I love 12-volt fridges because they cool way faster and it allows you to get a deeper fridge. So this is a 10 cubic foot fridge, and I'm talking it cools really fast. Within like, I don't know, 15 minutes, you can feel it getting cold. Let's see if that switch really does turn it off. Nope, that is a switch to something else. Might be one of the lights somewhere. Down below, you do get that new handy dandy vacuum, the Road Vac, and then the little dustpan right there. This is not 12 volts, so you will need to be plugged in for that, but it's pretty nice, you know, when you're walking in and out, you're done with your trip, you could vacuum stuff up, all the dirt and stuff like that. Make sure it's actually all swept up. Behind me, you got a pantry, huh? You guys thought that's all you got. This isn't bad. Look at this. Nice little pantry right here, and it is deep. It's like the length of my whole arm. So good sized pantry, almost floor to ceiling. And then you got another one down here. What do you guys think of this green color? It has been a hit. When I first saw it, I was like, ooh, that's kind of funky. But this is why I love Nobo and Surveyor, because they do things differently. They like to look a little different. Your gold accented handles right there just look sharp. Above this, you have even more cabinet space, and they went with white. Is that white? That is white. Kind of went with a two-tone look to it. And that will go all the way across. So pretty decent storage for your entertainment needs, maybe board games, books, things like that. And then, stick with me, I haven't pointed out the crazy thing yet. So look at this couch. Nice couch, and I have not opened it up yet. It does convert into a bed. So before we go outside, stay with me. I'll put you on this counter and we'll see how big it is. But those TV trays are super nice because they used to make them so tiny that you couldn't even put a laptop on it or a plate. So they are a good size and you can remove them. So if you need to get some work done on the road, and you can do that because it's a good enough size, and you could just take them out if you want. These particular couches are not theater seating, so I would imagine you can't get theater seating in this because of the size of them. So it is a little bit of a smaller couch, but it's just perfect. Got some reading lights above and a massive window right here. Let's open that bad boy up. So pretty good sized window, and if you notice, there's a window behind me. Wait till you see this thing. Check this out. Oh yeah, look at that. You got your own, let's see if I can do it from in here, taco stand, dude. You got a taco stand. I'm just kidding. How cool is that though? Like, you're kicking back, you're out at the lake, maybe in the mountains, and you want to let some fresh air in. You got a massive window right here just to kick back and relax. If you notice, that is a dual pane window too, and there's literally nothing here. So just imagine all the fresh air you can let in, and you got the bar stools down below. Check it out. How fun is this? So maybe it's a nice cool evening, you want to kick back. You got a nice little area to eat, so bar chairs, bar table area. You even have some little plugs right here to the right, so you could charge with your USB, USB-C, and your standard plug. Now, the other thing that I really love about this is if the bugs are insane where you're at, oh, how awesome. It's so cool. Look at that. So you got a nice little screen that kind of, you can see out. It's highly visible. You can see through it. And then let's say there's some weird people walking by. You could pull this one down, bam, and still let in some fresh air, the sounds of nature. So you got two options. You got more of a private shade, and then you got your I want to be nosy shade. Let's see. Or you could even do half if the sun is at a weird angle. That is the coolest thing I have seen in a very long time. I love it. They need to do this on every trailer. So, okay, let me show you this, because there's one thing that I think they kind of missed on with this, is it's kind of a pain to bring it back in, because this trailer does have a pretty big lift on it. So how, it's kind of hard to reach it. So I've just been kind of grabbing it on the side and then pulling it from these little tabs right here. I would imagine after, hearing from some consumers a little bit, they're going to probably add some sort of grab handle right there to assist you to bring it down. But look at that. Hopefully your view is a little better than this one. But imagine the view. You're out in the Pacific Northwest looking out to the redwoods or the ocean, or you want to open that big window and let that ocean breeze come in. How could you lose in this floor plan? So fun. And like I said, you got windows on both sides, so you can get a nice cross breeze going through here. It's just genius. They need to do that on all trailers. They need to give you a window like that. You do have some storage down below. A taco stand. You could serve tacos. All right, little decent storage right there. You can put your books, board games, some of your entertainment needs. But when you're done using these bar stools, they come over here in this area, and you got a clip right there that you kind of just put them in place. That way they don't run away on you. But Oh, I love it. I think they did it. I'm telling you, they just came out with the coolest floor plan for two in a nice compact trailer. As we move to the front, we got an east-west bed. Not a big deal, I don't think. I think people are going to love this so much that it's not going to be a deal breaker. This is a 60 by 80 queen. So it is a true queen, where usually in those narrower trailers, the 7.6, you would be getting an RV queen, which would be 6 inches shorter. So you're getting a true queen, which is nice because let's face it, RV mattresses aren't always the most comfortable. So if you wanted to, you could swap this out for a residential mattress and, get a good night's sleep. Kind of faked you out on that one. That must be where your filters are. Me and you guys are going through this for the first time together. I have not looked through any of these. So you got a little storage right there underneath. I did notice that you have some plugs on each end. So you got a plug there and USB-C plugs. The USB-C is nice because you don't need to be plugged into a generator for that. I did also notice that you can't lift this, so there's not like storage underneath or anything like that. It's just solid right there. You do have plenty of storage up and around this unit. So when we go outside, I'll start talking beast mode and construction and all that good stuff. But a little wardrobe right there. Let's see if I could kind of show you. So yep, it does have the hanger up there. What do you guys think? I'm really curious what you guys think of this floor plan. So definitely leave some comments. It's just totally different. You do lose a little bit of wardrobe space because of this east-west bed. Because they obviously couldn't put one up there to the left. But you got some nice storage up above. And goes all the way across. Pretty nice. As you can see, you got the raised beveled edge and hidden hinges. It just looks nice and sleek. The lighting is a little bit more of an intense white versus like the Flagstaff. It's kind of like that softer white. I don't know what you guys think about it, but it's not that big of a deal. This does have a 13.5 BTU AC. It is not ducted because of the size. It just doesn't make sense. But you can, you could do a quick dump right there, and that thing gets super cold, so you do not need to worry about overheating. This does have a 12-volt smart TV, 32-inch. It has all the apps ready to go, and let's see how this thing swivels. So when you're kicking back, maybe you're in the kitchen, so it turns a lot. So even if you're like kind of relaxing here at the bar table area, you can still see it. It's kind of at an off center, obviously. But, me and my girlfriend, we're definitely people that like to kick back in bed and watch TV, and look at how perfect it is. I like that. That's where I like to watch TV. I think it's kind of bad. It's sad. I've probably sat in our couch. We just bought them like a year ago. I've probably sat in our couches like 10 times total in the last year. Once I get done and I'm finished doing things for the day, I get into bed and we'll relax and watch TV. So that TV is in a really nice spot to watch TV. It is kind of funky up there in the corner. Like if you're way over here, you could see it. As you can see, you do have a little cubby over here. And there is plugs right there. Ooh, what does that switch do? See that? Oh boy. We got some glowing cabinetry. Look at that. Nice accented lighting behind that glass inlay. That looks good. And that little hose, I don't know why it's there, but that is your water hose. That I'll show you where it goes when we go outside. And then, like I said, you got a standard plug and USB-C. This does have a front windshield. Do not worry. They make aftermarket covers for them, and they work amazing. So there's plenty of ways to protect that. If I was you, I would get the cover for it, or the windshield, because it just lets in so much more light. And when you wake up, don't you want to see the beautiful view with all of these massive windows? That's just killer. That's the coolest thing ever. Let's go to the bathroom. See that? I can tell you right now, it's going to be a little tighter, but not terrible. So remember, this is a couples coach. Less storage sometimes. So you got a little cubby down below. You got easy access to your plumbing as well as a little bit of storage. You got some counter space, which is nice. So if you bring your hair dryer, straightener, things like that, you also got your plug right there. Decent sized sink to actually wash your hands and do your dishes. Little cubby right there. And your medicine cabinet. Man, I'm starting to sweat. This jacket was overkill. Pretty standard stuff. Let's sit on the toilet. I encourage everyone to do this as well. I'm smaller. I'm 5'7". I weigh 155 pounds. So I usually fit fine in most of these bathrooms. So I'm going to shut the door and let's see how we are. So knee space is not bad. This is going to be kind of small, like tight for some people. Oh, there's antifreeze right there. We have not touched this. So if you see that it's dirty, it's because we got it literally this morning. And I was just too excited. I couldn't contain myself. And I wanted to show you. But see, like I can move around. Let me show you my shoulder room. It is a little tighter. But I could live with this. I love the floor plan so much. I know I could live with this. So as you can see, like I said, 5'7", 155 pounds. It is not terrible, but I know obviously I'm not the biggest dude, so it might be something to consider with this floor plan. It's also known as wiping room. So do you have enough room to reach those places? That's important. I'm going to stand in the shower just so you can get an idea of how much room you have up in here. If you do, let's see, if you do get a skylight, it does tend to help, and you do. So 5'7". I got another haircut, guys. I don't know if that mullet is coming back. It's definitely coming back next winter, though. I think that's going to be my winter hairdo. So look at 5'7", decent amount of room. Let's see if I can show you some shoulder room. So this does have like a bowed shower curtain, so it does give you a little more room outward. See, as you can see, it's not bad. I could live with this. It's just, you know, some people can live with things, some people can't. But this shower curtain seams up nicely, so it's magnetic. You don't have to worry about water getting out. And it does come in a little, so that way you won't have water dripping out. But you got some places to put your soap and shampoo and things like that. They do not put the water miser in this anymore, but I have been adding it. So if that's important to you, hey, I always say this. In the RV industry, there is only solutions. There is not problems. If you get a sales guy that does not have a solution, he's new probably. Oh no, cut my finger. Dang, getting a little too crazy on this tour. So this is the part where I was like, kind of weird. It's kind of weird. I guess it's not. It's just, maybe the holding tanks I think is weird. So this is the other section of your control panel. So this is really important. So this thing does have tank heaters. And what's cool is they are for every tank, fresh, gray, and black. The reason I love that so much is because not only is your underbelly enclosed, usually on the bigger ones, we'll double check when we go outside, but this has heat pads on the tank. So it has 12-volt heat pads on your fresh, your gray, and your black. And the benefit of that is you don't have to keep your furnace running all day if you're out, you know, camping. Or camping, of course you're camping, but you won't have to basically, if you go out for a hike or you're fishing or anything like that, you will not have to keep your furnace running. You can actually use these 12-volt heat pads and conserve your propane, and then once you get home, then you can put that heater on. Much better method than just having forced air. That's great too, but having both, huge plus. You got your all your tank readings right here, gray, fresh. Water pump and water heater, I can understand it being in the bathroom, maybe because obviously the shower's right there. So just flip a switch, it does its thing. This thing has 400 watts of solar. If you get the Beast Mode package, you do get 400 watts of solar as well as 30 amp solar controller and an 1800 watt inverter. If you do not get the Beast Mode package, it'll be 200 watts. So since we're out here, let's check out this bed, you know, see how this works. You guys are going to see me doing it first try. I don't even know if it does turn into a bed. It looks like it does. I probably should have tried that first. But hey, we're gonna wing it and see what kind of bed this is. Let's see. Oh, what? I don't know, man. That's pretty small. That's for like someone shorter or maybe a grandchild. Like I said, I'm 5'7". Yeah. So definitely, I don't know what you would use this for. Maybe for a grandchild, but do not expect to use that very much for sleeping. But hey, this is why we do these things, so you guys can see the size of person it'll fit. What do you guys think of this floor plan? What do you think of the taco stand? This is huge. Let's put it out one more time. I can't get enough of it. Oh yeah. We're gonna go outside now, and I'm gonna show you some of the great features outside, but ooh boy. I love it. So cool. Put this screen up. There we go. Man, that's awesome. Okay, let's go outside. Getting distracted. Come on, Tyler. All right. You know, I really try for you guys. This thing got here and it was a mess. Not meaning like it was destroyed. I mean, it was really dirty, and your boy's been selling a lot of trailers, so the service side didn't get to wash it. I came out here and did it by hand for you guys, and I didn't have a hose close by, so I literally was getting a bucket and running back and forth all morning and throwing water on it just so it looks a little presentable for you guys, but it is still a little dirty. We still got to clean it. At the front, we got electric tongue jack, dual battery, dual propane tanks. You can put dual batteries there. You got your battery disconnect. I'm about to get into construction, and once we go all the way around, I will tell you about the inner walls. That's important. You got your luggage latches that just stick on. Look at that storage. Doesn't that look good? And if you notice, aluminum. Let me tell you what's cool about Nobo. They aluminum frame everything. Front wall, back wall, both side walls, roof, and floor. It is 6-side aluminum framed. It is not mixed with wood. So, when you go looking around at trailers, ask your sales guy, is it 6-side aluminum framed? I mean, yes, there is some stuff in certain areas that are aluminum, but I'm talking about like the main structural walls. This is underneath your bed. I personally, if I was getting aluminum frame, I would just want it to be all aluminum or wood. If you're curious about what's better, I did a full tour on construction. It's a really great video. I'll put it at the end, but I talk about the difference between laminated and aluminum and stick and tin. So check that out. But this is going to be fully aluminum. What do you guys think of this green tone? Doesn't it look awesome? This thing sits high. Like, you probably, that was a dumb idea. But it has a really good lift on it, and we'll get to that here in a second. This does have a griddle, so that's your cooktop. It hooks on right here, and then it does have this little prep tray right there, so when you're cooking, you can put your spices and stuff. Looking underneath, you got your propane connection right there. But check this thing out. How freaking awesome is that? Oh, I was looking up like videos and stuff, and it's called race inspired suspension. I mean, it does look kind of racy, huh? So you got the Kurt independent suspension. As you can see, there is no axle there. So you got to imagine if you're going through places with big boulders and things like that, you're not going to be hitting that axle. This does have 5 inches of play, so this thing does flex. And the cool thing about this suspension is you can't put a weight distribution hitch on it. I know a lot of people are going to be concerned with that. I've already sold a ton of these, but because of this independent suspension, it kind of levels itself out. So you only need a sway bar, a sway accessory, and this thing tows like a dream. I had a lady get one that was bigger than this, and she had like an older Tacoma. I even told her, I said it might be too heavy. I don't know if it's a good idea. She tows it, man, like a dream. So this suspension really does make a difference if you're wanting a good tow and you're trying to get into places that are hard to get. So as you can see, it's got all enclosed underneath, looks nice and buttoned up, but that suspension is huge. It's huge. If you're curious about the Beast Mode package, I did a tour on what the difference between their base model is and their Beast Mode, because you get a lot of extra stuff with the Beast Mode other than just the suspension. You got the goat. You got the glass door. I know you can't see through it, but it looks good, huh? And just so you know, I have not had one back with a broken door yet. I haven't had it, so don't be too worried about it. I mean, I guess it could happen. Nice big awning with the LED lights. You even have like those super bright ones right there. So it looks like it does not have outdoor speakers. You do have a little hose. Remember that one I showed you? I can't get it with one hand. You hook your hose up into that, and then you have your plugs right here too. Man, they're gonna turn me into a detailer with how good that thing looks. It took me like 2 hours. I guess I missed a spot. You got your water heater, 6-gallon water heater. You do have a receiver right there, so that'll hold 300 pounds, as well as a mud spare tire that matches. I know it does not come with the ladder, but it is prepped for it, so you can buy a telescoping ladder that hooks on right there. If we walk around, look at that. No slide out, right? How cool is that? You would have never have known inside if I didn't tell you it didn't have a slide. So that's going to help with, weight, maintenance, just one less thing to worry about, but it still feels roomy enough like you have a slide. You got your potable water, your city water, and your pass-through storage that's locked, but obviously it's the same on the other side. And this awesome looking fiberglass cap. It's hard to see the lights up top, but doesn't that look fantastic? Now, how these walls are made, let me tell you real quick. So there's two ways trailer companies can make these walls. So it goes fiberglass, then it goes Asdel or composite, or they'll use Luan. And then it goes rigid block foam, and then aluminum, and then the inner walls. Composite walls are impervious to water, as they say. So they actually submerged Asdel or the composite in water for months, and it did not degrade. It did not change the structural integrity of it. Luan is just a wood sheet that goes across it. And if you've noticed trailers, when you're going down the road and you notice they're starting to get like bubbly and wavy, what that means is the walls have literally started to delaminate, and wall has gotten into the walls, and the glue and everything is separating, and now you have some major issues. So you still have to be careful. You got to make sure you do your normal maintenance, make sure your joints are all doing good, but having that little added measure with the impervious composite is going to be huge. And No Boundaries does that. They put fiberglass, then the composite, then the rigid block foam, and then the aluminum, and then the inner walls. So just a really nice added safety measure. And since I'm talking about safety, this does come with a TST tire monitoring system. So you'll get this little screen in your truck, and it'll alert you if your tires are getting low, too hot. So just a really nice thing to have, especially on a single axle. When you get a flat on a single axle, you only have one tire instead of 3. So you'll get that with the trailer. And as you can see, you got the nice rims, wheels, 15-inch mud tires, and the handy dandy looking rims that match. Is that green? I can't tell. I'm colorblind, like legitimately, I can't tell. Well, awesome, guys. What do you guys think of it? All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that tour. It was super fun to show you this floor plan. I probably should have waited till tomorrow, because once the weekend hits, a lot of people see it more. But I don't know if you guys notice, my tours are really in depth, and they can get to like 40 minutes long, and I try to pack as much stuff in as I can. So when I say I'm excited, I mean it. Like, I'm really about this life. Like, I enjoy doing this. I enjoy the industry, and I love, getting people excited to hopefully buy an RV and get out exploring. Like, I don't just do these YouTube videos for some personal gain. Like, yes, obviously I'm trying to sell you a trailer. That's my goal. But this is a lot of work. I put a lot of work into this. Like, I'm selling at the same time. I'm doing all the editing, all the artwork, the thumbnails, all of that stuff at the same time. And I don't get like anything crazy for it. Like, the best thing that I get from this is you guys leaving super positive comments, or when you guys call in and ask for me. So our phone number is in the description below. So if you have any questions, definitely call in and ask for Tyler. We're on a rotating list, so if you don't ask for me or put in a lead and don't ask for me, you might end up with someone else, which is totally cool. We're all super happy to help you. All of our sales guys are as excited as I am. So definitely call in, ask for us. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. You have no idea how much it helps me. Like I said, mentally. I just put a lot of work into these. So if you guys could do that for me, I would really appreciate it. I try to do a new tour every single day, whether it's a 60-second short or a long form. So stick around, and I hope you guys have a good evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.